is another make ahead meal that you can do the night before. You just put it together and then stick it in the refrigerator overnight. Then the next night, when it's time for supper, preheat your oven, put it in there, bake it up, and you've got a home-cooked meal ready to go. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, friends, here is that awesome make-ahead manicotti. I have baked it in the oven for 40 minutes, and I'm trying it 2 different ways since it would make a 13 by 9 pan, but I just split it into 2 8 by 8s because there are only 3 of us, and 1 pan will be enough for 1 meal, and I'm going to freeze the other one. 2 different ways I tried it was I put the cheese on top before I baked it, and then I put the cheese on top after I baked it. And they were supposed to be covered with foil anyway. So in order to keep the cheese from sticking, can you see the toothpicks I put in? I just put that on there, and then I kind of tinted the foil when I baked it, and I think it turned out great. So now I'm going to put it in the oven uncovered so the cheese can kind of brown up a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. Oh my goodness, can you see the beautiful manicotti? I will show you what it looks like when I take it out. Okay, this is what the manicotti looks like out of the oven. This is the one that I had the cheese on before it baked. This is the one I had the cheese on after it was baked. You can choose how you like it the best. I think either way it's going to be good. The cheese over here is going to be more done because it baked longer. And the reason this has green in it is because I sprinkled parsley on this one before I put the cheese on, and this one does not have parsley. So it smells amazing. I wish you could smell it. Bon appetit. Another easy, quick weeknight meal would be to take a chuck roast like this. This is a 3 pound. And I did cut out a big chunk of fat here, and I trimmed the edge because there was a chunk of fat there. But it's still got some nice marbling that's not too much. You'll put it in a crock pot with 2 cans of beef consommé, which is right next to the soup and the beef broth in your grocery store. And then you're going to need some type of rolls to put this on because it's going to make shredded beef sandwiches. And what you'll do is you'll put it in your crock pot, thawed. So you want to make sure you thaw it overnight at least. But put it in the morning and have it sit for 8 to 11 hours on low, or you could cook it for 5 to 7 hours on high. Then you're going to take it out and shred it up and then put it on your buns. Save the juice because you're going to dip your sandwiches in the juice. It's so good. Throw some coleslaw with it, maybe a salad, maybe some potato salad if you want green beans, any kind of side that's quick and easy for you to fix for your family. And you've got a meal for probably a couple nights, depending on how large your family is. I know my husband and I are the only ones that eat meat, so this would last us a very long time. The good thing is, if you're tired of eating these sandwiches, just take the shredded meat that you've made and throw it back in the freezer in a bag, and then you can reheat it in the microwave later. And whoever wants a sandwich can have one. It's very simple. And you can freeze the juice too. Stick that in a bag too. Just make sure you use freezer bags because they hold up better than just regular storage bags. So there's another quick, easy weeknight meal for you with not a lot of fuss. If you need an idea for a quick, easy side to go with pretty much anything, let me just show you what I do. This is just a can of corn, and I drained almost all the juice off of it. Then I'm just going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some sugar. So maybe a couple teaspoons, maybe a tablespoon. That. Okay. Then I will stir it up. Sorry about the wiggly camera. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Stir it up in your bowl. Make sure it's a microwavable bowl because I'm going to microwave this. Then I will cover it, wrap it up with a piece of paper towel, throw it in the microwave for about 4 minutes, and then when it comes out, put like a tablespoon of butter in, let it melt, mix it up, and it's super yummy. Yet another easy weeknight meal. Barbecued chicken, yum, and corn on the cob. And it will be ready in 16 minutes. Recipe below. So to add to the awesome barbecue chicken sandwiches and the corn on the cob, I also made for the very first time in my entire life, and I've been cooking since I was like 14, so that's many years. We'll just leave it at that. I made homemade potato salad, yum, and broccoli pasta salad, and I will either link the recipes below or I will put the actual recipes below in case I can't find the links. I just looked for these on Pinterest. That's where you can find a lot of great things, and my daughter thought it was amazing. She's a vegetarian, so I was trying to find stuff that she would like because she's obviously not going to eat the barbecue chicken. So these are 2 great sides. If you don't have time to make these, obviously in the summer I had time to make homemade potato salad, homemade pasta salad, but you could pick these up at the deli on the way home. Take you like swing by the store, grab them, and then your meal is complete. So I'm going downstairs because I think that my husband is actually getting kind of maybe a little bit tired of the barbecue chicken. So we're going to go into the freezer here that I've showed you before. Turn the light on, shut the door so the cats don't get into the storage area. And I'm going to see if I can find, the light's really bad. I made up some turkey burgers. There. I froze up some turkey burgers. They're all seasoned and patted, and I laid them on a cookie sheet and froze them, not stacked on each other, so that hopefully when I unzip this sealed package, I can get just a few out so I can grill them on my indoor grill. So I'll show you how that goes. Okay, we're headed back upstairs so you can see my shadow. Isn't it lovely? And you'll see Onyx at the top of the stairs waiting for me. Hello. She's like, what are you doing? The cats always hear that door open, and they're like, shoom, the 4-bedroom room, it's open. And they're so sad when they can't get in. Okay, I'm going to zip this open and see how they come out. Okay, as you can see, they are stuck together. But I think if I just defrost them on a plate in the fridge, I'll be able to pry them apart. And then I can just throw them on my indoor grill, my George Foreman. It'll just take maybe 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes aside. Just make sure they're done. And we'll have a meal besides the barbecue chicken. I think I'll take the leftover of that barbecue chicken, throw it in a bag, and then we can have that another time. Okay, I've got my barbecue chicken in a freezer bag, and one tip I have for you is to smush it flat as much as you can, because for one, it'll take up less space in your freezer, but for another, when you take it out to defrost it, a thinner frozen thing is going to take much less time to defrost than something thick. So I'll put that in the freezer. And then what I love about these vacuum bags you can get for your vacuum sealer is you can reseal them as many times as you want as long as you have space. So I just took the two, they were laid out, there were 8 of them, like this. And then I'm going to kind of move these down a little so that I have a little more space per top. And I can just re-vacuum seal this and put it back in the freezer and then use them again later. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, I thought I would just show you really quickly how I make baked beans really quick as a side dish. So I have dumped 2 cans of pork and beans. You don't have to use Van Camps. They were just on sale, so I had some in the pantry. I drained them first using this handy little doodad. So you just take the beans and drain them into the sink. I think this might have been a Pampered Chef thing, but they have these at Walmart and they're not very expensive. It's just a can drainer. It's pretty handy. So you drain your beans so it doesn't have all that juice in it. And then I don't measure. This is like my mom's way of doing it. She also put molasses in it. I don't have molasses. But you're going to take some brown sugar, probably, I don't know, a couple tablespoons. I just eyeball it. I'd say, yeah, looks about right. Depends on how sweet you like it. I like it pretty sweet. And then ketchup, just kind of throw a glob in there. That's going to be, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup even. I might have done about a 1/4 cup of each. And then I use my slotted spoon to stir because I'm going to use this later to serve with, so why dirty up 2 spoons if you don't have to. You just mix it up. And if it doesn't look, I kind of look at the color after I get all my ingredients in. If it doesn't look the right color, then I add a little bit of this or a little bit of that. If you like onion flavor in your baked beans, you could add minced onion if you want, or you could put onion powder or garlic powder or whatever. See, that doesn't look quite right to me, so I'm going to put just a little more. I should probably measure this sometime so I can tell people exactly how much I use. Another couple tablespoons probably. Another glob of ketchup. It really is kind of a however you like it. And you can taste it as you go. Just get yourself another spoon and give yourself a sample, because the only thing that heating it is going to do is just make it hotter and infuse the flavors into the beans. But you can still taste the sauce kind of thing that you're making. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good to me. Let's see if you can see that. Kind of, sort of. Well, I did my best because I'm kind of working with a weird environment here. But anyway, so there's that. And then, yeah, get you up here. Okay. Then, of course, take your spoon out. Lid. Put it in the microwave. I bake it for, there are my turkey burgers defrosted. Yeah, because you bake in the microwave. Let's try that again. So I just put it in the microwave for 10 minutes. Then I stir it really well. Then I put it in for another 5. And then it should be the consistency that I want, because I want to bake some of that juice out and bake it into the beans. So we'll do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out in 10 minutes. Okay, so the beans are doing their thing in the microwave, and I've got my buns out, and I've got my turkey burgers out, and I've got my grill out, and I've got it on medium because the turkey doesn't need to cook at a super high temperature, because otherwise it'll burn. So I will put the turkey burgers on after I've stirred the beans their first time, and when they go back in for their 5 minutes, then I'll start working on that. And here's a clean plate to put the finished turkey burgers on. I will show you what they look like when they are finished. Here's what the baked beans look like after the first 10 minutes. That's pretty good. I need to stir them, and then I'll put them in for another 5 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start the turkey burgers. I can hear the grill is ready, and I can smell it. So I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here's how those beans turned out. They look awesome, and they're pretty thick. Like, they're not going to run through that spoon, but just in case, you can drain a little bit. But see, it's not really coming out. Makes a nice thick sauce on that, and it's really good. Turkey burgers, they look awesome. I'll let you know how they taste.